Hi, fifth grade. Today we're going to talk about using multiples to determine the factors of any numbers. So not only can we use arrays to find our factors, we can also use multiples to find the factors of our numbers. So for example, I want to find the factors of 32, so we can do the multiples of 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, 9, 10, and 11 to figure out 32's factors. So what I have down here is showing you what factor pairs we have so far. So far we have 1 and 32 because every single number have factors of 1. Every single whole number has factors of 1 in itself because 1 is a factor of every whole number. Okay. We also know that 32 is going to have a factor of 2. Okay, because 32 is even, and we know all even numbers have factors of 32. Where did we get 16 from? So how do I know that 2 times 16 is 32? Well, what I did is I typed out the multiples of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, all the way to 32. Now, to figure out where 16 came from, let's think about, well, how many times did I have to do my multiples of 2 to get the 232? So we had to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And that's where our 16 came from because 32 is the 16th multiple of the number 2. So that's what makes 2 times 16 a factor pair for the number 32. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do our multiples of 3. And we're going to see if 32 is a multiple if 32 is a multiple of 3. So I'm going to do my multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33. Now, we did not get to 33. We actually passed 33, which means 32 is not a multiple of 3. So because 32 is not a multiple of 3, that means that it won't have a factor of 3. And it also means that 32 is not divisible by 3. Okay, so let's move to our next factor, our next set of multiples, which is the number 4. Okay, so let's do our multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. Voila! Okay, so now we have the multiples of 4 and we were able to get 32. So because we were able to get 32, that means that 4 is a factor of 32, but every multiple or every factor is going to have a pair or kind of like a sister, okay? So the way you figure out the pair is by looking at, well, how many times did I have to count by 4 to get 32? So I had to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means 4 times 8 is 32. So 4 and 8 are also factors of 32. Okay, which means 32 is also divisible by 8 and 4. Okay, all right, so let's go to our next factor pair. We can do the multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, so we passed 32. 32 is not a multiple of 5, but that makes a lot of sense because we know that our multiples of 5 always end in a 0 or 5. So in that one's place, there's always a 0 or 5. So that means that 32 does not have a multiple, 32 does not have a factor of the number 5. Okay, so now let's do our multiples of 6. 6, 12, 18, 21, I'm sorry, 24, 30, and 36. Okay, so that tells us that 32 is not a multiple of 6. Therefore, 32 does not have a factor of the number 6. Okay, let's do 7, 14. We're doing our multiples of 7 now. 21, 28, and 35. Okay, so as you can see, that 32 is not a multiple of 7, so 32 doesn't have a factor of 7. Okay, so now we're going to do our multiples of 8. Now, because 4 times 8 our 4 and 8 are factors of 32. When we do our multiples of 8, we should get 4 multiples of 8 to get to 32. So let's see. So 8, 16, 24, 32. There it is. Okay, so our fourth multiple of 32 is our fourth multiple of 8 is 32. So that proves that 4 times 8 is a factor pair for the number 32. All right, now if I do my multiples of 9, so 9, 18, 27, 35. So once again, 32 is not a multiple of 9, so 32 does not have a factor of 9. Okay, if you do your multiples of 10, 20, 30, 40, okay, obviously 32 is not going to be a multiple of 10 because all multiples of 10 end in a 0. All right, if we do our multiples of 11, so 11, 12, oh my goodness, sorry, 22, 33. So once again, we do not have a multiple 11. 32 is not a multiple of 11, so 11 does not have a factor of 11. And last but not least, let's do our multiples of 12, 24, 36. Okay, so 12. So once again, 32 is not a multiple of 12, so it doesn't have a factor of 12. So now that we've gone through all of these multiples, we've been able to determine that 1 times 32, 2 times 16, and 4 times 8 are the factors for 32. Okay, so that is a great strategy when you're trying to find the factors for a number. These multiples come in handy, and they can really allow you to find all your multiples. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you guys is, well, how are we really figuring out, why are we figuring out these factors? Why are they important? Okay, and that's because in 5th grade you learned something called prime and composite numbers. So let's take a moment to read. So numbers with 3 or more factors are called composite. Composite numbers are always multiples of another number. So for example, the number 4 is composite because its factors are 1, 2, and 4. So that's 3 factors. The number 4 is a multiple of 2. So it has a factor of 2. So if you count by 2s, you can get to 4, which means that 4 has a factor of 2. All right, so that's a composite number. So the number 32, let's think about that number. It had 1 times 32, it had 2 times 16, and it also had 8 times 4 or 4 times 8. So that means that 32 has 6 factors. So it meets the criteria for a composite number. All right, so let's go on to the next description. So not only do we use composite or learn composite numbers, we also learn prime numbers. So prime numbers have exactly 2 factors. The 2 factors a prime number has are 1 in itself. So for example, the number 3 has exactly 2 factors. The number 3's factors are 1 and 3, or 1 and itself. So because you can only multiply 1 times 3 to get 3, that makes it a prime number. So exactly 2 factors. All right, so we're going to do a little sort together. Okay, we're going to do a little sort together, and we're going to think about where we think these numbers would go here. And we have 4 categories for those numbers. They can be prime and even, prime and odd, composite and even, or composite and odd. So those are our 3 categories for our sort. So let's look at the number 46 first. Okay, so I know the number 46 is even, so that's going to go under prime and even. All right, I mean, it's not going to go there, but it could go there because it's even, or it could go under composite and even. So 46 can be prime and even, or composite and even. Now, if 46 is prime, okay, if 46 was prime, you could only multiply 1 times 46 to get 46. But if you look at 46, 46 is an even number, which means that 46 is going to have a factor of 2, because all even numbers have a factor of 2. So because 46 is going to have a factor of 2, that means 46 can't be prime, because in order to be prime, we'd only be able to multiply 1 times 46. So that means 46 would need to go under composite and even. So we would drag that over there. Okay. All right, now let's look at 64. 64 is in the same situation as 46. It's an even number, but remember, all even numbers have a factor of 2, okay? So that means 64 is also going to be composite and prime. All right, so look at the choices here. Are there any other even numbers that we would pull over here to composite and even? Okay, if you're thinking 56, good job. If you're thinking 18, good job. If you're thinking 28, good job. I'm just going to move myself down here. All right, so all of these even numbers, 46, 64, 56, 18, and 28, all of these numbers right here belong in your composite and even column because they're all even and they all have factors of 2, which means they're going to be composite because they have 3 or more factors. Okay, so now let's look at some of our odd numbers here. All right, we've got 33 and we know it's odd. So it's either going to go under prime and odd or composite and odd. So 33 obviously is 1 times 33, but 33 is also a multiple of 3. So if you count by 3, you'll get to 33 and it will take you 11 threes. So you can do 11 times 33. So 33 would actually go over here under composite and odd, along with the number 77 because 77 is 7 times 11. So it has more than 2 factors as well. So 33 and 77 would go all over here under composite and odd. So now it looks like we just have a few more numbers left. Okay, we have the number 25. Now I know 25 has factors of 1 times 25, but you can also do 5 times 5, which means 25 is going to go in composite and odd as well. Okay, now if we look at the number 2, 2 is a special number, and the reason 2 is a special number is because it's the only even and prime number, meaning it is the only whole number above the number 1, natural number, that is prime and even. All other even numbers greater than 2 are going to be composite and even, but 2 is all by itself in this prime and even category. Okay, so if we look at 17 and 5, 17 and 5 are considered our prime and odd numbers because those 2 numbers have exactly 2 factors. You can only multiply 1 times 5 to get 5 or 1 times 17 to get 17. So 17 and 5 would go over here. Okay, now finally we have the number 1. So the number 1 is actually neither prime or composite because to be prime you have to have exactly 2 factors. To be composite you have to have 3 or more factors. Well, guess what? The number 1 only has 1 factor, which means the number 1 cannot be prime or composite. So this is actually neither. So we're not going to sort it here. We're just going to keep it right there by itself because it doesn't belong in any of these columns. Okay, so what we're going to finish and do later or another time is we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it on our Google slide that is in your classwork. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day, and I hope prime and composite numbers are a little easier now. Have a great night.